Hey, I just want to film a quick intro clip. Today I did a vlog style video where I took you through a day where I just woke up really unenthusiastic. I had a lot of things that I should do, like go on a walk and shower, and just a lot of things that you should do rather than laying in bed, and I simply did not want to do them. And most of us can relate. We have those days, except most of us don't actually get up and pull ourselves through it, and the only way out is through. So I just did a vlog style video of how I did that, how I survived it, what it was like, and how incredibly worth it was. The epitome of human nature is avoiding discomfort. Everything we do is to avoid one form or another of discomfort. And I know that usually the first thing or the first excuse is I'm not going to get out of bed and do all these productive things, because the more comfortable thing to do would be to sit in bed and stay comfortable. But it's not truly comfortable, is it? I think most of us can relate to feeling extremely anxious on those days where we don't get up and do what we really need to get done. And I know it's so annoying. It's so annoying that the only way out is through, but it's true. And what will feel 100 times better than sitting in bed thinking of all of the things that you should be doing and thinking like, oh my God, I physically cannot scroll fast enough on TikTok to distract me well enough to get that out of my head and just sit there miserably anxious all day. You know what feels even better than sitting in bed in that mood? Actually doing a couple things and getting it done. I think small tasks, break it into small tasks, and you do small tasks, it makes an incredible difference. I think that's the main takeaway. Small tasks, y'all. Come join me. We're gonna do some small tasks. Hope you enjoy. Good morning, Vietnam. All right, as you can see, I just woke up. It's about 8 a.m. in this clip, and we are getting things started. This is a day in the life of just one of those days where you don't want to live the life, but you have to live the life anyways. So this is honestly like how to pull yourself out of a slump in live footage. The first thing I did was force myself up out of bed after snoozing forever and put my hair up, because if a single hair touches my face or my neck throughout the day, I go viscerally insane. And then I just inhaled a full glass of water, because in the mornings I'm just extremely, extremely thirsty. And of course I came back in my room and I opened the blinds. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I wait till later. Big stretch. And she's irresistible, so of course I had to give her all the kisses. Are you the cutest? I think you are. There's no other explanation. Look at you. You're so nimmy. So admittedly, I sat in bed and let myself scroll on social media for a while at this point, because my back was absolutely killing me and I was not ready to get moving. So I let my painkiller kick in, and then when it was time to be productive again, I started by picking up a task that I put off yesterday, so I'd feel good about myself completing that first thing. And in this case, it was putting away some laundry that I had done yesterday. And as you can tell, my mood is evident in these clips. I have a serious case of resting you-know-what face. But anyways, on a more serious note, just taking the time to stop in between tasks and love up on your animals is just so beneficial when you're not feeling it. And of course, I was feeling gross, so I showered. Got that right out of the way. Wanted to feel better again, so if you know what you need to do to feel better, just do it. Because sometimes you don't know, so it's kind of like a privilege when you do know. Like, take advantage of knowing and get it over with. And here is just me freshening up after my shower. The next thing I do is use one of my favorite products ever. I use way less beauty products than most girls. I used to be really into the makeup scene, and I'm just not anymore. I just want to say that was a long journey for me, and I've been on all ends of the spectrum there. So if you want, or if I want to do a video explaining just how I got here and how I got comfortable with this, I can totally do that. Y'all, she's about to fight me when I come in the door. I just want you to hear this crazy ass meowing. This is how big of a deal breakfast is in this household. I don't starve her, even in the slightest. I keep doing literal laps around the house because every time I think my family has left the house, somebody else comes back. And I feel like I'm just not used to this yet. And so I want to do it alone for now. I knew that this would happen, to be honest, because this happens to me most days. I knew I would wake up in a mood. So last night I set a million alarms so that even if I let it snooze for literally an hour, I would still be awake and sitting up by 8 a.m. And I guess that's life hack number one, because I snoozed and snoozed and snoozed, and I thought, I'm probably screwed. Like, I probably just messed up the whole day, or the whole day. You know, I'm probably gonna get up and realize that it's 9 or 10, probably 10, and my intentions were to wake up at more like 7 or 8, but I don't know. I just prepared for it, and we made it happen. It's a beautiful day. The morning, I kind of woke up at the right time for the morning fog, condensation, whatever. The gloom has gone, and now it's sunny.
Which is definitely going to help me feel slightly less dead inside.
Another thing that I've done, which is really important, is I put on socks and shoes. I did that before my shower, and now that I'm out of the shower, I put on socks and shoes again.
I don't know what the heck it is, the science behind it, but when you just put on shoes, your mind is it enters a different mode of you can get up and do something. You can get up and do something because you already have the shoes on. I don't even mean leaving the house. I simply mean your body, you're more likely to just walk across the house multiple times throughout the day rather than sitting in your bed and rot when you have shoes on. I don't know why. That's just the case for me. Anyways, I fed Fiona. I'm definitely going to force myself to go on a walk today. I've taken her on several walks this week, so I don't know if I'm going to take her with me because I can never walk as long as I want to when she's with me, and I want to actually walk today, not just around the block. So obviously you'll come along for that.
A shower and a walk, even if it's literally just the shortest walk in the world, makes such a huge difference.
It took me years to realize how true that was, despite everybody saying it, because it took me years to try it out consistently. But I'm telling you, if you could just skip the years of not doing it consistently, try it out for a couple days in a row, and just realize that no matter what order you do it in, no matter how short the walk is, if you need to make it super short in order to stay consistent, that's what you need to do that day. But my point is, without a doubt, it will make a difference. So shower, walk, put on the shoes, and put on an outfit that you could leave the house in, even if you're not going to leave the house. I'm talking 50s housewife vibes, get ready even if you don't have to get ready. Just because. It does something to you. You'll hold yourself a little higher and just get a little bit more done that day. That's where I'm in my life.
Another thing I came up with is giving yourself access to the easiest simple pleasures you can come up with. Right now, I'm standing in front of the door to the backyard. I'm gonna go out there right now because that is a simple pleasure, quite literally within grasp. That's some lettuce I haven't gotten around to planting yet. Then I came in again real quick to get some tea started. Once that was done in the microwave, I came back outside just to get in some vitamin D. There's something called circadian rhythm, and it helps you keep a better sleeping schedule if you spend some time in the sun in the morning. And then when I got back inside, I finished getting ready by doing my makeup. It's super simple. Literally all I do anymore are brows and lashes. And that's a breakthrough to me because I really used to hate myself. So I would just like douse myself in makeup. So this is new.
I feel like we're off to a good start because it's before noon, and I always feel like the more I can get done before noon, that's an accomplishment. But yeah, if it's past noon for you, I mean to say, don't beat yourself up. I will definitely film another day where I let the time slip by naturally and then pull myself out of it. And then you can see that it's true. You truly can pull yourself out of it no matter what time you get started. But yeah, it's 11:20. I just finished doing my makeup and all that, and my tea might be cool enough for me to drink now, so I'm going to sit down and do that. And I'm going to let myself go on my phone while I do that because it's like a reward. If you don't reward yourself, you're probably not going to keep the ball rolling, or at least that's my experience. But I'm not going to stay on it past 12. I'll be back in briefly. So it's like 4 minutes to 12 or something like that. I just wanted to say, I put on my shoes, I was in the bathroom, I finished my tea, all that, and despite the fact that I really don't want to go, I know it's going to be fine once I start, and I'm going to go on my neighborhood walk. I am doing it with no rules, because if I force myself to like go longer than I want to or faster than I want to, it makes me just want to not go at all. So I'm going to say no rules, and usually when I say no rules, I end up doing more than I would have if I had set rules. So no rules, doing it to enjoy it. If I stop enjoying it, I'll come home. And usually I can get in about 2 miles just by following that. I must admit I prefer going on these walks before noon, because imagine being able to like do all this and go on the walk and then come back and be like, I got all that done before noon and I still have like all this time to do stuff throughout the day. I love being able to say that and feel that way, but today was not one of those days, so I'll probably be home around 12:30, 12:45 at the latest, and that's not that much worse. Before I go, here's a little fit check. I don't have any other mirrors in the house, so this is like my grandma's spare room, and I wear this necklace every single day, and it's purple, so it goes with these leggings I got from Costco. Then I have this shirt that I also got from Costco in a 3-pack. It was literally free for $9. How could I not? And then this pop of blue underneath, I really don't mind. And then my shoes are just these Asics. I got a few pairs of them. I think I got like 3 for under $100 on Black Friday last year. And that's like the only time I've ever remembered to shop on Black Friday. But I did it, and I don't regret it, because those are like the only shoes that I own. And they're very functional. But yeah, I'm going to go on this walk, because that's what makes these videos so nice to look back and watch, I feel like. So I don't know what else to say. Let's get to it.
I know that's such a wretched sound, but I just wanted to leave that in so that if anyone is just planning on breaking in or robbing me or anything for any reason, just know that we will hear you coming from a mile away, because that door is unbelievable. Like, I will always know when someone is approaching, for real. But if I didn't already say, it ended up being a super beautiful day. I was really glad I went on the walk once I got out there, because the weather was perfect. It was super cool outside without being cold, so I could have been speed walking and I never would have gotten hot. And the sun was out despite the fact that it's mid-December at this point. And now that I live somewhere with hibiscus flowers and palm trees, it's quite nice to take a second to appreciate that. Before I left the house, I mentioned the second I stop having a good time and the vibes aren't it, I turn around and I go back home. And that's totally okay, because that usually doesn't happen to me for at least 2 blocks. So like, I'll get a minimum of 2 blocks in, and if all goes well, I'll get in at least 2 miles, and that's even better. Today was not a 2-mile day. It was about a 1-mile day, maybe a little bit more. But like I said, once the vibes weren't it anymore, I went home, and either way, I had a great time. Got a lot of good footage for this, and I immediately came home and started editing this and putting it all together. So in conclusion, I just want to say, if you are like me and it takes you a year and a half to talk yourself into going on your neighborhood walk, even though it's not that deep, just know I survived it, and the rumors are true. You will feel better afterwards. You will. And even if you don't immediately, within a few hours, you're gonna be really glad that you went out instead of just rotting in bed.
I have to say, something spiritual is in the air. Something is on my side today. I'll put it that way. Because I just had this gut feeling that my phone was going to die while I was editing this. And I had the audacity to take 30 extra seconds to get to the phone charger because I wanted to check on something else. And while I'm literally in the iMovie app, and I'm new to this, so I had no idea what would happen, and I can only assume the worst. In the middle of the iMovie app, phone dies. The way, like, I was in the middle of editing too, like, I don't even know how to explain it, like, in the middle of the YouTube video instead of, like, browsing the homepage, if you know what I mean. So, I didn't know if it would save my place. I'll put it that way. Oh my god. I tried really hard not to lose my mind. I feel like in the past I would have cried. I'm having a self-realization right now. In the past I would have cried. Now, I just want to, like, I would have yeeted something. Like, I would have yeeted something! And while, I mean, say I would have, like, thrown something if it didn't save. And while my phone was charging up again, so that I could wait and see, like, I guess if it's saved. So I could wait and see if it's freaking saved. While it was plugged in the charger and I was waiting, I was literally jogging laps around, and the house is not that big, so I was circling around things. There's, like, too much furniture in here. I was just, like, literally jogging in the house. More like sprinting. Like, trying to get my nervous energy out. That's part of my self-realization, because in the past that would have been very not in character for me. I used to be really freaking fat. Like, I know that I'm still kind of fat, but imagine me 90 pounds heavier. She would not have been jogging. But oh my god, I couldn't think of anything else to do. I was like running. I had to get that energy out. But I just rewatched the entire video for the millionth time. Sorry, I'm in the bathroom. That's my toner I used earlier. I rewatched it for the millionth time and it saved, thank goodness. And I'm sorry that I'm rambling, but I'm going to keep this in because I don't know how else I'm going to get my personality across unless I keep in little clips of myself like this. So that's my story time. Yes, y'all, I really meant it when I said that was our fastest power cord, because just rewatching this video, fully edited to make sure that all that footage saved, got me back up to like 45%. So I'm praying that's going to be enough power for me to get through an outro.
Yo, I'm about to eat that thing. Took me 20 years to prop up the camera in good lighting and find a place to sit. I think I just heard my family about to walk in the door. Oh my god, and the gardeners are being loud. Oh. Give me strength, please. Just get it done. Even if it's artificial lighting, it's better lighting. Even if I'm in the bathroom, it's better lighting. I just want to say that if anyone makes it this far into the video, even 5 years from now, I hope I didn't take too much of your time, and your time is greatly, greatly appreciated. But yeah, I can't make this literally any longer, or else y'all are never going to get out of bed and turn your days around, and that's the whole point of this video. So do me a favor and promise that you're not going to fall down a rabbit hole of videos completely identical to this one, and you're actually going to get up and start doing the thing. And let's be honest, guys, this video ended up being like 20 minutes, maybe 20 something minutes. I gave you enough time to relax, and I probably wasn't the first video you watched either. And while you are stretching and getting out of bed and whatever, while you are getting up, we're quickly going to recap the main takeaways of things that can help you that you are going to start implementing right now. Let's recap. Takeaway number 1 might be one of the most important ones, and it's to remind yourself the reality of staying in bed. And it's that it's not actually going to be comfortable. It's going to be massively uncomfortable, and if it's even possible for you to get more anxious than you are now, you will. Do it before it gets worse, and make the problem go away. Takeaway number 2 is to learn to set a lot of alarms.
I set them like 10 minutes apart. Towards the end, they're like 5 minutes apart, and I give myself an hour and a half of alarms consecutively going off like that. And the last alarm that goes off is still going off at an early riser's wake up time.
It guarantees that even if I literally snooze my whole morning away, I'm getting up at a decent hour anyways. One of the reasons this really helps me and I feel like it might really help others, is because I've noticed that the more I can manage to get done before 12, the better I will feel. And this is coming from someone who would literally sleep until 3 p.m. during high school because I did, online school.
Our third thing is going to be,
even if it's just through the blinds, expose yourself to the morning light or light when you wake up. Morning light is ideal because it just tricks your brain into staying awake. It's like, okay, it's daytime now. You can't go back to sleep even if you want to. And then first thing, this is tip number 4, the first thing that you should pick up after you wake up is what you didn't want to do yesterday. And I know that that's really hard, but like I said in the very beginning of this video, only way out is through. So pick up that thing that you were dreading yesterday and get it over with, because it is a privilege to be able to identify. I don't know if privilege is the right word, but we're gonna use it. It's a privilege to be able to identify exactly what's going to make you feel better, or mostly better, or somewhat better. So getting it out of the way if you know what you need to do is really awesome.
so for me that was folding and putting away the laundry and taking a shower.
5 is really quick. It's just squeezing your animals, hugging them in between doing things. It really helps. It like genuinely boosts your serotonin. My next thing is, I know a lot of us really have to talk ourselves into going on our neighborhood walks. I suggest working your way up to it by boosting your dopamine with small, simple pleasures that are easily accessible in the house, like looking at flowers if you have flowers in the house or in the yard, going out into the yard if you have a yard, patio, looking out the window, drinking some tea. You know what I mean. And then my next thing is getting dressed and putting your shoes on. Like I said, 50s housewife vibes. It just puts your brain and body in productivity mode for real. And you don't have to go all out. Get ready like you're going somewhere simple, like the grocery store. And then I would say tip number 8, we're getting towards the end, y'all, is picking something to reward yourself with about midway through your tasks. Personally, for me, it was watching a long YouTube video that I knew would make me laugh. And then 9 is, if not on all days, most days, try and get yourself to go on a walk and take that shower, because even if that's all you do that whole day, it's more than a lot of other people. You'd be surprised. You did more than a lot of other people. What I also wanted to remind you is to make that as easy as possible in order for you to stay consistent. Even if you're literally just walking halfway up your street, going past 3 houses and then back to your house, that's what you need to do. Like, if that's what you need to do to make sure you go out of your house today, that's what you're gonna do to go out of your house today. Tip number 10, this is our last one, y'all.
Keep the ball rolling with a small task when you get home from your walk, because I'm 90 pounds down and the walk still wipes me out. And you don't want to collapse on the couch like the second you get home. You don't, like the second you see the couch, you're gonna want to plop down and just lay there and die on it, let's be honest. So instead of doing that, while you're walking, think of the next couple of 1, 2, 3 small tasks that you're gonna do the second that you walk home. It could be watering the plants before you even enter the front door. Pick those little things that you're gonna do once you get home. And
if you keep the ball rolling after your shower, you might just rescue this wretched day of yours. Well, anyways, that totally concludes what I have to say. I highly doubt anyone will ever watch this except myself in the future, and I think she could highly benefit. So future self and literally anyone else, thank you for watching.